Foreign ministers from China, Japan, and South Korea have agreed to a summit between the leaders of the three countries. Here's China's Wang Yi.
作为一衣带水的近邻，中方将继续本着以邻为善、以邻为伴的方针，同韩方和日方共同努力，推动三国合作重回正轨，保持健康稳定、可持续的发展，为地区乃至世界的和平与繁荣做出我们新的贡献。
The foreign ministers also vowed to work together on security and technology during a meeting in the Korean city of Busan. It's the first time the three foreign ministers have gotten together since 2019. The talks are the latest sign of easing tensions in the region, following the rare meeting between Chinese leader Xi Jinping and U.S. President Joe Biden in San Francisco earlier this month. To find out more about why China and its Asian neighbors are now looking to cooperate, our reporter Jaime Ocon spoke to Tohai Liu, a professor of diplomacy at National Zhengzi University.
What is China looking to gain from cooperating with both South Korea and Japan?
Of course, from the Chinese perspective, it's always relevant to the United States because China and the United States are competing for the regional leadership as well as global leadership. So in that case, from Chinese perspective, China would like to enhance its relationship with both South Korea and Japan, given Camp David trilateral summit in the States previously. So China wants to get it balanced, obviously. I think South Korea is very eager to get the trilateral summit to be held in Korea as soon as possible, as they have already mentioned about hopefully it's going to be held in early next year. You know, Korea is going to have a local election April next year. So it's very important for the ruling party to show they have better relationship with China.
And how open is South Korea and Japan to working with Beijing?
So that's something Korea's number one priority is actually Sino-Korea summit, followed by the Korea-China-Japan summit. So that is why Korea is eager to have this summit. Of course, Korea is under pressure from North Korea. That's another big thing. South Korea needs China's good offices. So that is why Korea is eager. For Japan, Kishida just had the summit with Xi Jinping in San Francisco. So for Japan, both sides just mentioned about state again their stances. Nothing very convergent in terms of interest, even though they talk about mutually beneficial strategic partnership, but in reality, China is not going to lift the ban on Japan's seafood at this moment, unless Japan accepts China's request to allow the Chinese specialists to test on the spot.
China's foreign minister at this recent meeting said that China is committed to keeping peace and prosperity in the region. But at the same time, we're seeing kind of provocative actions in the South China Sea with its vessels harassing Philippine ships and other ships in the area. What do you think China is willing to sacrifice on that end in order to cooperate more with its Asian neighbors?
From Chinese perspective, of course, Northeast Asia is more important than Southeast Asia. So that is why Wang Yi emphasized that China pays special attention to the rising tension on the Korean Peninsula. So that means China actually does not like what happened now, because both Korea have already greatly enhanced their military capabilities, plus spy satellite launching competition. Not good for China. So that is why that's China's major concern. China wants South Korea to do something to alleviate this tension first, rather than just us come here to summit and that's nothing positive from Chinese perspective. Chinese wants to see something positive first.
That was Tohai Liu, a professor of diplomacy at National Zhengzi University, speaking to Jaime Ocon.